Europe is tonight in the late summer grip of a deadly Siberian ice storm, which is forecast to get worse for many areas.
Under red alert for an icy white danger. For the first time, Scotland's under a risk to life warning for extreme snow. The storm's made driving treacherous on many roads.
This is why the warning was raised to red alert. Thick snow and biting winds caused lorries to jackknife on the M80, leaving hundreds of drivers stranded in sub-zero temperatures. This was the most severe weather warning for snow Scotland has ever had. The red warning meant it was a threat to life. It wasn't just on the M80 that driving conditions were perilous.
Oh my God, oh my God! No!
A near miss in Edinburgh.
Half 2 in the morning. The beast from the east certainly has arrived. All fresh, crisp clear. Snow. And I've got to try and get to work in this. I've got to get up first. Just what I need. Peeps, we just passed by Glasgow airport there. I don't know if you caught that in the time lapse, but there was a car already stuck a BMW just at the peak of the bridge at Glasgow airport. The driving conditions are bad. When you call it, the duster here is drifting, sliding. As you can see, the roads are not particularly clear. Still hard packed snow all around about, so this is going to be a fun trip up to Inverness, I think. So that's me quite a way through the journey here going into the work. I'm sharing me a wee bit more. So you can see people, there's not even an actual lane to follow. I'm sitting kind of like in the middle of the motorway at the moment, and what is left of a bit of a track. Not very much in the way. The gritters are out. They're battling against basically an uphill struggle. There are about 5 or 6 gritters that I've seen out and about so far. They are there, but I think the weather's just beating them and they can only do with what they can. Oh well, keep plodding on, see what we get. Got to Glasgow today, this is the main area, their main junctions where everybody all comes in. It's not going to be clear enough, it'll be an interesting rush hour. That noise that you're hearing is actually the rumble strip that I'm hitting there. That seems to be the track that's falling. Got a gritter up ahead here. No spreading. Don't even know if he's got snowplough on. Well, keep trying on. Here we go. Well peeps, that's me made it to my work. As you can see, we're an interesting drive in. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. I'm going to get the truck all ready, get all the checks and all that stuff done, and make sure the road up to the A9 is going to be clear, all that stuff, and I'll check in these when I've done all that. Well, hi peeps, that's me, just got everything all ready. I have now got my coffee. I'm just doing the last of my tachograph checks, and then we're going to sail up towards Inverness. Let's see where this beast for the east or waits and hold for us. I'm not looking forward to it, I've got to tell you. Coming into work, bad enough. So let's see what the day holds for us. folks. I don't know if you can see me too well, but this has just passed by Gartcosh there. Visibility's dropped right away down. We're roughly about 40 miles an hour. There's a gritter up ahead and I'm following him, and there's a truck just ahead and he's following the gritter. So it's going to get interesting the further on we get. In fact, in a truck on the left just pulled in. It's an Argos motor, and my window's certainly getting worse to see out of. And the grill, he's slowing down, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, there's interesting things going on up ahead. It's not even the gritter actually, it's a Volkswagen off of the roadworks, and you've got a grit, allow or nothing on. What his job is today. But we'll tramp on a little bit, we're by him. I'll just follow behind the big TNT boy and see how far we go. As you can see folks, the visibility is dropping down, and I've only just passed by the Gartcosh cut-off. Next stop, let's see where we get to when we get Cumbernauld. Well folks, that's me hitting Cumbernauld, all Killing's round about. And I'm down to 25 mile an hour, we're getting slower, now we're getting involved with other traffic now. And the worst part about getting involved with all this type of traffic is that cars get in our way. As long as we keep rolling, we'll not have to worry about stopping, and I'm following the big man here. So let's be honest, it's just a nightmare. Saying your car's being too cautious, and you can make good progress. So we're going to continue on. This is me coming in to Cumbernauld. Check in me when I hit around about Stirling. Well peeps, that's me just past Cumbernauld on my way up to Stirling. Cumbernauld was a wee bit tricky, especially around at the Kerry parties. Unfortunately, everybody was bunching up and there was gritters involved, so there was a bit of confusion. I can really think in rush hour that's going to be a nightmare now. But clear run just up to Stirling just now, the two lanes are actually not too bad. That noise that you're hearing is actually my window wipers, they're absolutely frozen and they're not really doing a good job. We'll see how we get on when we get beyond Stirling up to Dunblane. I'll check with you when we get to Dunblane. Well peeps, tell you right now, the weather's really deteriorating now. I'm actually struggling to see where I'm going now because my window wipers are frozen and I'm not getting very much visibility. I'm down to 35 mile an hour and I can see me going down slow. The road's not clear at all. You get moments of falling tracks, but you don't know where you're going. You know, you've got one track leading over between two lanes, and you can be in the left lane, then you can be in the right lane, you can be sitting in the middle. It's really not bad. Section here can be really difficult, but at the moment, at least for the east, it's no more any difficult than a normal snow shower that we get so far. It may change as we get further up into Pitlochry, where it normally gets really cold, up to Dalwhinnie, then we're walking. I have to concentrate a bit more. I'm having to drive the truck in manual gears so that I'm keeping the gears that I need, rather than the truck deciding what I need. Like I said, this is us just coming on to the A9 section too, and believe it or not, man. Can't even tell where the tracks are going, you're just going to rely on the person in front. So So we'll carry on up this road, see how things go when we go up this road. Well peeps, I've made it into Green Loaning. I'm not going to say that wee section there was a little bit tricky. The snow is hitting the window and it's turning to ice. The window wipers laid ice, and the combination of the two is not helping me see too well. But not enough to have to stop me just yet. So we're going to continue on, see how we go over this next section up to Perth. I don't know if you caught that in the time lapse there, but that was a truck jackknifed on what we know as the Cairney Brae just before Perth. I'm climbing up it just now and I'm struggling, and the car's trying to overtake me on this. The outside lane's quite slushy and hard compact snow in some bits. I managed to get by a tanker earlier on there. But as I say, I'm really struggling. My throat's getting really dry and sore because I'm having to keep the heater on in order to try and defrost these fucking window wipers. So we're going to carry on, get up this hill, and to get into Perth. We'll check in with you in Perth. Well peeps, this is us just coming up into Perth. The Broxton roundabout. Section is done. Now we're just about to join the A9 single track road all the way up to Pitlochry before we start hitting a Jock. 24 just now. 6:30 -4 outside at the moment is showing on my gauge. So I'll catch up with yous in a wee bit. Well peeps, what a change of the weather. Right, soon about we hit beyond Dunblane there, the roads cleared up and the roads became a lot better. We're just before Dalwhinnie, we're just now on the dual carriageway section, and we're trying to get going. We got caught on roadworks there, so I had to sit there for a wee while while they were getting convoy vehicle position, which gave me plenty of opportunity to get my window clean, you know. So we're making good progress now. I still think I'm going to need to pull in for 45 minutes before I get to Elgin. It's 2.5 hours I'm sitting in just now. The convoy motor's just cleared, so the speed's backed up again. I said the road's clear, and this is the stage that I thought I would be in real trouble. On the plus side, the sun's rising, the white stuff's in there, it's a beautiful view. That's a good thing about this place. There's the convoy vehicle on the way now. Now folks, that's me reached Abbeymoor now. Starting to get a wee bit more snowy here, but still good going on the road, the main road that is. I've just managed to get a glimpse of the side road which takes us up towards the Whiskey Trail once it goes by here, which is down on my left hand side now, and I am sticking with the original plan. We're going via Inverness I am not going on that whiskey trail because I might end up in trouble if I go down that way. What are things I've got to do? Wash up all of here. Oh, well, that's 4 hours 22 minutes driving. I've only 9 minutes left before my break and it's near enough 10 o'clock, so time for my break. I'll see you in 45 minutes, but just before I go anywhere, have a look at the view. There you go, nice white stuff and all the dark stuff over there. Right, so I'm going for my break. I'll see you once I'm finished. Well, Pete's breaks up. I put my coffee in my cup. So back up to speed, we're doing my 40 mile an hour. And we're heading for Elgin now. Sun's still out, roads aren't too bad. Can't complain. Oh, apart from that coffee's crap. Well, folks, I've made it to my first drop. Oh, that's now 5 to 11. That's me only just getting here. That's from 2:30 this morning. I've been up since. That's me just getting here. We left the depot around about 5ish. That's how long it's taken us to get up to here just now in that conditions. So we're here. So I'm going to talk to you in a little bit. I'm just going to go away and do my job now. Well, back again, peeps. That's me just on the drop. Just took over just a little bit over an hour. And we're just going to head into Inverness now. See how it takes. I've cleaned all the windows. Ready for the next journey. Let's see how we get on. Oh, that was a big order. Busy place this. Up here at Elgin. So that's 12:10, 12:15, sorry. Right. And we're heading into Inverness. We hope to be there around about the back of 1 sometime. Got my fresh cup of coffee and off I go. Right, let's do this. Now folks, this is to the next point. We're actually in Inverness town centre. I'm at the first location here. And I'm going to work this one because it's stairs. Drive through, nice and easy, with any snow flurries, so we're doing good. And it's actually turning out to be quite sunny here now, which is even better. Which is better than I thought it would be. So I'm going to carry on. I've got paperwork to do and get this drop done, so I'll be with you when I start rolling. Another one off the list. Another 3 here. Oh, train's made it up here for Tesco. I'll show you in a second. There you go. Tesco train's made it to Inverness. He's just come in. That's a start. You know the railways are running then. Right. Time to head into the city centre. Let's see what we've got to pick up around about here. Well, it's my now third drop I'm on in the city centre here in Inverness. It doesn't help that you've got people parked in here, and that's a flurry of snow coming on. Hey! I thought my pen about there. So, going to go in here, get this one done, then I'm going to have to take a 15-minute break. Which I'm not too happy with. That gives me 6 hours since I took my first break. Oh, definitely don't think I'm getting out of Inverness tonight. Definitely not. I'm not even going to chase it, I don't think. Right, we're going to do this drop, and then I'm going to go to the shop and get some supplies. And I'll speak to yous in a wee bit. Well, just getting my lunch just now. Because I've had to take this break early. Triple cheese. Cheese and onion, cheese and tomato, and cheese and... I don't know, cheese and something. I'm going to eat this. In 5 minutes I'm going to roll on. Once we roll on, we're on to my second last drop, one of the big hitters. And then to my last drop, and then I'm going to decide there whether I'm going to head down the road or whether I'm going to stay in Inverness tonight. I'll wait to see what the weather forecast is. So, I'll meet you when we get to Inverness. Nope, just got a text message. Right, well, I think I've chosen the right time to be in here. That's the school's just due out and out. And now I'm going to try and get around this corner here. This is probably one of the tightest and possibly annoying parts in here. Inverness, but the worst part is my left blooming wing mirror is all full of salt. It makes it harder to see when the sun's on it. Right, now we're coming up to this junction. Have to watch out for the school lanes. Last thing I want to do is hit a school lane. Especially with one of these things. Right, no shock around, we've got a clear run around the corner, that's the first for this place. Now we've got the tightness here. Normally this is what happens when you see these two vehicles. Normally they're far back. Ah well. Let's try and get around here now, so I'll get you in Inverness. Walk next. Right, just me made it now to my second last stop now. A wee bit tight getting through that town centre sometimes there, as you can see. So we arrived here 14:55. So we're getting somewhere. So it's going to be a wee while since I leave this one, and it's going to take me about an hour and a half here maybe. Another text coming through. So we're going to continue up from here to the top end of Inverness, which is heading back out where I passed by this morning to get here. So I'm hoping that when I get up there I can have a look at the weather forecast, decide whether I'm going to carry on down the road or stay up in Inverness where I have facilities at hand, and if the road is really bad then in the morning somebody can deal with it and try to get it open, you know, and then rather than being down the road halfway down somewhere, I mean stuck in a lay-by can't move until maybe a gritter or a plough comes in and can help me out. So I think that might be the option. We'll wait and see. Right, so I'm going to go and continue on doing my work again, and then I'll get back to you once I'm done here, and then we'll head up to my last drop. Tell you something, that wind chill is cold. Oh, thank God I put the night gear on when I did that drop. Oh, it's freezing now. Although that gauge, I don't know whether to trust it or not, it's showing freezing now. So, next point, my last drop, 4:15. Oh, we're going to head up there now. Oh, what's this doing? This seems a nightmare. So we're going to head up there, go around the back of, what do you call it, Inverness? bypass this town centre through this new bit now. I'm getting over this stim. And hopefully dodge some traffic at this time. Although I don't see many schools be now. I think they're gone now. Right, so let's fire up the beast. Let's go. Right, get your rig up in Loch Ness. Loch Ness? And cheese. Love it when somebody tarps in your turning point. Makes your day so much flipping harder every time they park. We've got to do an extra manoeuvre that we don't actually need to do. Well, this is me just arriving. You've no guessed at my last drop. Just had a phone call on the way up here. So that's probably why you find a gap in the time lapse. Worked, it just phoned me and advised me to batten down the hatches tonight and stay up here in Inverness. Glasgow is absolutely getting hammered with the red, what do you call it, warning. It's out now for the bad weather. So at this point, looks like I'm going to be staying here, whether I like it or not. So I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to give him grief for this truck over here behind me. I'll show you in 2 seconds. This one over here. He's parked right in my turning point, and the point where we normally sleep if we have to stay up here again. This is the best sound ever. Silence. That running all day does your head in. So the time is now 4:30. Almost 10:25 to 5. And I've got a big lot to go in here. As I said, I'm just going to take my time this one. I'm not going to bust myself in this. No point, I'm not going anywhere. I am stop the time lapse. Never know, might have all this edited tonight. Might. Don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end here. And I'm now going to go inside. I'm going to get the delivery done. And come out, get my dinner sorted out for the night. My bed, which is behind me, just there, behind me, get that all sorted all out for me, and get my head down. I'm going to be up at, what, 3 o'clock in the morning again, possibly to get down the road. So I'll chat to you in a wee bit once this is all done. Well, hi peeps, that's me shut down for tonight. Bed, watered, only one little thing left for me to get the bed ready, cash out, we'll see yous in the early morning.